Dr. Jones family and fellow classmates. My name is Angelica Cole. Now, how much do you really know about one of the most historical HBCUs in the region? I am here tonight to inform you about Norfolk State University. Now, I chose this topic because I noticed that I've been going to Norfolk State for a little over a year now. However, I don't know much about the university. I mean, I know I take great pride in attending a local HBCU. However, I wanted to know more. I wanted to know the history. So this evening, that's exactly what I'll do. I will begin with a little bit of history. Secondly, I will explain why I feel the university is so wonderful. Lastly, I will share with you some interesting facts that you may didn't know about the university. First, I would like to list my references. My first reference comes from Cambodia Howard, Norfolk State University, 1935 until published in 2017. My second reference, Lyman Beecher Brooks, Upward, A History of Norfolk State University, published November 1983. Lastly, a good friend of mine by the name of Brittany Hunter, who is a 2017 NSU alumna. Now, a little history of Norfolk State. Norfolk State was founded in the year 1935 during the Great Depression. The university at that time was known as Norfolk Unit, a branch of Virginia Union University. Norfolk State, according to my references, began with only 85 students, which is 3 classrooms. However, by the year 1950, NSU had over 1,000 students and employed over 50 faculty members. In 1942, NSU became independent and became a college. And in 1979, NSU became the university that we know of today. Now I have a visual here. This is a picture of NSU before it became a university. That's when NSU was just a college. That was in the year 1971. I'll give you a few minutes to look at that. Now, why do we love NSU? According to my references, NSU has over 35 undergraduate degrees, 15 master's degrees, and 2 doctoral degrees. So you can now become a doctor at NSU. I would say that's not bad for a school starting with only 85 students. Now, according to my references, NSU now enrolled over 6,000 students. NSU has over 10 buildings and is constantly building up and remodeling as we speak. This visual that I have here for you is NSU's library. The top picture is NSU's library in about 1999, early 2000s. The bottom picture is NSU's library that we know of today. Quite impressive. Huge difference. Now, a few things you may didn't know about NSU. My references detail me that NSU is now a campus of over 135 acres, which includes a 30,000-seat football stadium, an African art museum, a game room, a workout facility, and so much more to help students have their best experience that they possibly can have at NSU. Also, another thing that a lot of people don't know is my references detail me that in the year 2000, NSU was granted $2.9 million to conduct research on the campus. Lyman Beecher Brooks was the very first president of NSU. According to my references, he worked as a director. He then became the provost, and he ended his career and retired as the very first president. He retired after 37 years of service, from 1938 to the year 1975. My last visual that I have for you is a picture of the stadium. 30,000 seats. At this point, I would like to open the floor for any questions that you may have. Does anyone have any questions? Sure.
When did Norfolk State become a university?
Norfolk State first became a university in the year 1979. Good question. Any more? Yes.
When was the first bachelor's degree given at Norfolk State?
That's a great question. The very first bachelor's degree was offered in the year 1956. Any more questions? Yeah.
What other sport does Norfolk State offer besides football?
Besides football, oh my goodness. I could go on and on. Norfolk State offers so many sports. We have basketball, softball, volleyball. The list goes on and on. The university is very diverse, which is another reason why I love it so much. Maybe one more question. Yes.
So you stated that Norfolk State was acquired as Virginia United University.
Yes.
So what would that be today?
Good question. Today, that university is Virginia State University. So, yeah. Question. Now, in conclusion, I would like to say that Norfolk State has come a very long way from having only 85 students. Norfolk State has grown to over 6,000 students. And I take great pride in attending one of the most local HBCUs in the region. I would also like to acknowledge the young man in the hat for asking the question of when the first bachelor's degree was introduced. This will conclude my presentation. Thank you. Overall, I just would like to say that Norfolk State is very, very, very wonderful, and I feel like I attend one of the most historical colleges because this university has come such a long way.
So I have one more question.
I take great pride in that. You know, every day that I attend this college, I look around. I see so many historical pictures and so many historical evidence that just to how wonderful this university is. Thank you very much.